Identity shapes who I want to be and where I want to be in my life and what choices I will take to get there. That's what my identity does for me.
My identity influences my choices and actions.
Shape your identity or it'll shape you.
So I think identity shapes us by our choices that we make. For example, if our identity is in like the latest trends, we're always going to be buying at Forever 21 or Cotton On because that place is great. So yeah, I think that's what shapes us, what we do, what like for our future, who we hang out with, our choices.
How does our identity shape us? I think it helps shape us in the way we choose what we're going to do for the future. Our identity is how we identify ourselves and what we can relate to. So finding out what we can relate to and what we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives.
Well, our identity shapes us to become like Him. By beholding Him, we become like Him.
Identity influences us in basically everything we do because it's who we are. It affects the decisions we make, the actions we take, or what we think, what we believe. It's us.
Identity is influenced by like things we watch, what we do, and even like by trends of like how people dress and many other things.
I believe that your identity helps you with your choices and create boundaries on what to do and what not to do.
My identity shapes me by the way that I impact people's lives, so like helping someone, and, you know.
We all have different aspects to our identities, and we ourselves don't even know that we had. You know, every action, every decision, no matter how trivial it may seem, it can make an impact on others. So that's why it's critical to be thoughtful about shaping our identities.
How does our identity influence others and ourselves? Well, the way that identity influences others.
Whoa. I think the more important question is, what does God want us to be? Well, God opens the doors for us. God shuts the doors for us. He leads us to different paths, but we won't know what path to take unless we have a personal relationship with God. What does God want us to be? Dude, He already knows. He has a blueprint. I guess the more important question is, are we going to be willing to listen when God calls us out for the instructions?
And to sum it all up, guys, we got to be thankful for the week of prayer. I know many people have been having the privilege to share testimonies with you guys and be able through these videos tell you what identity is, how it influences others, and how we get our roots from in our identity. But the question that we're trying to bring today is, what does God want you to bring? And in Luke 21:28, it says that when all these things have come to pass, when you've seen all these signs, it says, look up and your redemption draws nigh. Now, the question about this is, how can you find yourself in Jesus today? With all that you've learned in identity, how does Jesus reflect His character in you? I hope today that throughout this week of prayer, you've been able to identify yourself more with Jesus and less with yourself and what the world brings.